Let's talk about that algorithm that predicts that crime in a week in advance, but reveals that bias in police response. So, advances in the machine learning and artificial intelligence have sparked interest from governments that would like to use these tools for predictive policing to deter crime. Early efforts at a crime prediction have been controversial, however, because they do not account for systemic biases in police enforcement and its complex relationship with crime and society. Data and social scientists from the University of Chicago have developed a new algorithm that forecasts crime by learning patterns in time and geographic locations from public data on violent and property crimes. The model can predict future crimes 1 week in advance with about 90% accuracy. 90%. In a separate model, the research team also studied the police response to crime by analyzing the number of arrests following incidents and comparing those rates among neighborhoods with different socioeconomic status. They saw that crime in wealthier areas resulted in more arrests, while arrests in disadvantaged neighborhoods dropped. Crime in poor neighborhoods didn't lead to more arrests, however, suggested bias in police response and enforcement. Hmm. What we're seeing is that when you stress the system, it requires more resources to arrest more people in response to a crime in a wealthy area and draws police resources away from lower social economic status areas. That's according to a PhD, assistant professor of medicine in Chicago, and senior author of the new study, which was published the week in Nature Human Behavior. The tool was tested and validated using historical data from the city of Chicago around two broad categories of reported events: violent crimes, homicides, assaults, and batteries, and property crimes, burglaries, thefts, motor vehicles, and motor vehicle thefts. This data were used because they were most likely to be reported to police in public areas where there is historical distrust and lack of cooperation with law enforcement. And such crimes are also less prone to enforcement bias, as is the case with drug crimes, traffic stops, and other misdemeanor infractions. Now, previous efforts at crime prediction often use an epidemic or systemic approach where crime is depicted as emerging in hotspots that spread to surrounding areas, and these tools miss out on the complex social environment of cities. However, and don't consider the relationship between crime and the effects of police enforcement. So, hmm, this study, you know, it was supported by the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency and the Newbury Collegium for Culture and Society. And also, they demonstrated the importance of discovering city specific patterns for the prediction of reported crime. So, you know what? I'm just going to have to, keep my eye out on this and see how this pans out a little bit because this is very, very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting study.